We don't really have time for a Ron Burgundy style production here, but I thought I would show up in the flesh for this video, bringing you the exciting, super awesome special news that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is officially delayed until 2024. Now, I know that a lot of people on this channel were not actually super excited about the game. Also, please bear with me, I'm having allergy problems today, so if I breathe heavy or something, that's why. Usually I can cut that kind of stuff out, but I can't here. But a lot of people were not excited about the game at this point, and I understand that with the live service elements, obviously this being one of the last portrayals done by Kevin Conroy as Batman, and that being tied into the live service elements of the game, and a lot of people finding that a little ridiculous, myself actually included. Although, there was no way that they could have known that he would pass, so I will give them that credit. But I think it just rubbed people the wrong way given the circumstances, right? Well, now we know that 2024 is going to be the new launch date for this game. I actually have my phone here on the hellscape that is Twitter to read their statement to you, which is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will now launch on 02/02/24. So February 2nd, 2024. We have made the tough but necessary decision to take the time needed to work on getting the game to be the best quality experience for players. Thank you to our amazing community for the continued support, patience, and understanding. There is much more to share in the months ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in Metropolis next year. Now, I've seen some levels of copium from people, both who are for the game and against the game. I'm really neither. I hope this game is good, and I do hope some things change. But one big thing I've seen that's like a lot of people coping is expecting all the live service elements to be removed. That's not going to happen in less than a year. I just don't see that happening. Especially with the new regime change at WB, they're going to want everything, and I mean everything, to be as profitable as possible. And unfortunately, companies don't seem to have learned much from Elden Ring or Jedi Fallen Order. I don't really understand why, but they still think in a lot of cases that battle passes, microtransactions, in-game stores, etc. are the way to go for profitability. Unfortunately, they're also right in a lot of cases because those things do genuinely print money for a lot of different games. So I can't fault them from a business standpoint for thinking that way, but I also can because games, like I said, like Fallen Order, and of course, other single-player games like Elden Ring that came out and just smashed sales records and did insane numbers and made tons of money, also show you don't have to be that to make a ton of money. Marvel's Spider-Man is another example of that. I mean, you can make a single player game, and if you make it good enough, you can just remaster that game in a couple of years and re-release it again with a couple more costumes and double your money. Marvel Spider-Man did that too. So it's unfortunate to me that this game is what it is so far. I do hope it will be good. I do hope that those microtransaction things are at least trimmed down a little bit because people were not happy with it. And I can't show you pictures here because I'm on my way to lunch and other stuff. But you can look up some of the examples of things like the previews. And if you look at some of the examples of the previews, because I have actually some of them on my phone, which I would show you, but I feel like it's just going to look terrible. When you look at some of the videos posted by like IGN or PlayStation or GameSpot or even Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, you can still use browser extensions to see likes versus dislikes on these videos. And more people were frustrated with this game than were happy, at least that chose to respond to it in that way. I mean, looking at IGN videos like the game overview trailer, that thing at the time had like 16,000 upvotes. Well, I should say likes. I sound like a Reddit user now. And about 46,000, dislikes. So there's a lot of examples of people being frustrated with this game. People took to social media to talk about how they were frustrated with this game. I know a lot of you in the comments of my videos were frustrated with this game. And it's unfortunate because I'm really excited for things like, I don't know, to see Kevin Conroy. And I'm really excited for things like the costumes. But I'm also not excited at all about the microtransactions and especially the always online component. That is something that I could see changing, by the way. That's something that does not have to be built into the core ethos of the game. It's also something that you do not have to justify to people like Zaslav or Discovery and be like, look, we're making this Suicide Squad game. It's always online. Aren't you happy? Like, there's not really a big justification for that from a monetary standpoint. I mean, I guess it can help prevent cheating. I guess. and it makes it easier to update. Sure, maybe, but like those things are not player friendly and they're not necessary. I also do want to push back on the idea that we should just be thankful for this game and we should just be thankful that they made something. I kind of find that to be a little ridiculous. It's something I was seeing on Twitter. I actually have a buddy over there who I follow, who I talk to off and on as well, and I don't want to get his Twitter handle wrong, but he's a fun guy. He's Beware the Batman, and his @ is Batman_Beware. And he was talking a little bit about this too. We usually line up on most things. And something he said was, it's just kind of frustrating, but basically that people shouldn't expect them to remove all that live service stuff. And there were people saying, like, you should be grateful they're making something. And I find it a little ridiculous because, like, if I took a shit in this chair right now and I just recorded it for you, I'm putting something up on my channel, right? There's something for you to watch. And hey, maybe there's some good squelching ASMR sounds and farts coming out of there right at the beginning. And you could enjoy that, I suppose. But it's probably not the content you asked for, right? That's probably not what you want to watch. Most of you. There might be an opportunity in the future if I get desperate enough. We don't know. We don't know what the future holds. But the point I'm saying is that that's not what you want to see. That's kind of how I feel about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Yeah, they're making something, but so far it's not what most people who have responded actively to it want to see. And so because of that, I think it's ridiculous to just be like, well, I'm glad they made something. The one thing I'm thankful for out of this game is a chance to see Kevin Conroy one more time. Because to me, he is a heart and soul of Batman, and I do genuinely think he would want what's best for the character. My frustration and worry is that because I don't want to say Kevin Conroy got, looped into this game or anything or manipulated. I'm not trying to say anything like that. But Kevin Conroy was always very excited to play Batman, okay? He was always jumping on opportunities to play Batman. And it will make me very sad if one of his last opportunities to play this character that he loved in his life is not good. That will make me sad, okay? Because what you do in the recording booth, what you do in the studio, you don't always get to see the final product. And unfortunately, with Kevin Conroy's case, obviously his life matters far more than this game, to me at least. But he never got to see the final product of this game. And I personally think they owe it to him to make this game as good as possible. They owe it to the fans too, but they especially owe it to this man who gave so much of his life, and even when battling cancer was still voicing Batman. That's a hero. And that guy, I don't want to see him get shafted on this. That's my biggest concern in all of it. I know that he's in a better place. I'm sure he is enjoying himself and doesn't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore. But as a mega fan and someone whose life was directly influenced and partially shaped by a character that he brought into my life, that matters a lot to me. So this game is delayed. I don't expect a lot of the problems to go away. I want to be proven wrong though. Take them out. Prove me wrong. Change that stuff. I don't care if you have DLC. I don't care if you do some monetizing, but like the nickel and diming live service thing, I'm kind of over it. There's very few games I want to interact with like that, and to me that comes off as a disrespectful send-off to Kevin. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts down below. Please be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more content. I hope that this goes up in a reasonable amount of time, but as my wife says, I am very long-winded, so I do my best. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like. Check out some of our other stuff if you want to help support the channel. We do have memberships now as well. Those are, actually getting a lot more support than I expected.
There are no battle passes attached, though, so they're not good.
Well, it's kind of like a battle pass. You give us money and you get extra stuff. It's just unlike a battle pass, we're not cutting the content out of the main channel or the main game to give it to you. We're actually taking time to make more stuff. And I just spit, and I'm sure everyone saw that. So I'm going to end on that note. Have a fantastic day. And as always, everyone, stay shway.